Hello, how are you guys doing? I'm going to do a quick video just to check in on the energy of Trump's timeline and his path, and if the GOP are going to continue to support him and what that looks like. You know, if you haven't been here before, I do visualizations and images, and certain things repeat themselves. And so I'm just going to check in. The other thing is RFK Jr. is doing all these crazy things where science doesn't matter. I wanted to get a view of him, and I got into his energy. So I'm just going to share those with you. Hope you all are doing well, staying sane, doing what you can in your life to use self-care, deep breathing, modify your diet to only eat pretty healthy things if possible. Every once in a while, I got to have a bowl of popcorn, but that's just me. All right, let's get started. I notice I look a little tired. We're busy. Tomorrow we're packing up and we're going to our lake cabin. So there's a lot of moving parts with that. And I look forward to seeing you guys there when I get there. Thank you for any and all new subscribers. Thank you all for your comments and likes. If you haven't done so before, please consider subscribing. It helps me out. So when I meditated there, I saw, when I'm in the Orange 49's energy, I see a lot of spokes, like all of these different pathways, like at least 8 or 10. And I took that to mean, I took it to mean that he has all these different options because he never closed down anything. He says he's no to certain things, but there's always an option depending on what somebody pays him or what he gets out of it. So I feel like he has all these different lanes. One may be about tariffs, or maybe multiple are about tariffs, plans, what he's going to limit, who he's going to bend over backwards or bend over forwards and stick it to him, and who he's thinking about doing that. Now, I did feel in his energy, I don't feel ill or anything, but I did notice one of these paths is not good for his heart. And I don't know why that would be. He doesn't seem to get stressed out about stress, but there's something that one of those paths, maybe it's a way of living. Let me put a card. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, that's about having all your money, all the security you need, living by yourself, completion, and feeling very comfortable in your own skin, being at home. Tortoise, though. So one of the paths might be about him thinking only of himself, which we always think that's the case, but thinking too much of himself and not about the greater whole of the United States. Of course, again, a no-brainer, but I feel like one of those is not good for his heart, and it'll be too stressful. He's not going to let any go. And I also see him really talking to Putin right now a lot. And I saw, this is a weird thing, I saw Putin kind of do this wormy dance, kind of like, I don't know, now Pee Wee Herman did Pee Wee Herman do that dance? I don't know, I'll see if I can find somebody that does it. It's kind of a wormy dance, and I see him doing that towards Trump and kind of pushing him along. I also saw the documents that I believe are in a secret wall compartment, his ex-wife, Ivana's coffin, there's somewhere, and he's taken those out. I don't think he's taken those out, but there's documents like that he's using right now to please Putin for entertainment purposes only. I feel like the documents have come into play. That Orban has come into my mind, something with Hungary, and there's something happening there too. He's playing, and I think that's all the paths. I think that's what that has to do with it. He's not stopping. I have seen his brain degrading, obviously, the dementia, but I think it feels like the medication they got him on, this new one, maybe it's the high blood pressure or the cholesterol, which I think saw these particles in his blood before, and his doctor's appointment, maybe that's helping him enough where he feels more healthy. I think so. It might be something like that. Talking to Putin. And then when I see J.D. Vance, Trump is a broken chocolate cake with chocolate covered cake, orange cake, and it's all broken. and I see J.D. Vance from behind him digging. He's like trying to get rid of it. He is digging him out. So what could that signify? He's digging a hole. He's burying him. But the impression I got was he's removing these chunks of Trump. Like he wants to get him out of the way. And it could be too, is that he's seeing the stuff that Trump is doing isn't healthy for the economy, and he's trying to cover it up, remove it. So don't look at that. Don't trust what you see. Only trust what I tell you. It could be something like that. But Vance it doesn't feel helpful. Even though I said that, I don't think it's helpful. I think Vance is only out for himself. And he is trying to get him out of the way. He's trying to get 45 out of the way. And then I looked at the GOP and how they were supporting him or not supporting him. I wanted to see if that's continuing, if we're going to see a crack in this issue with them. What I got was yes. I feel like their support is still very much there. There's a few senators, a few congressmen, women that are questioning things only because their states are really suffering with the tariffs. But right now, things are on a pause for the most part, except for the China thing. And I feel like the GOP has a plan. I'm in the energy of the mass grand old party, the Republican Party. I see a block, and it's a variety of things. It's fairly solid. It's like a rectangle cube. Well, it wouldn't be a cube. It'd be a rectangle, solid rectangle. What would that be? I don't know. But it's porous, so it's them. They've got ideas. They've got this support, this foundation, and they're only focusing on the things that are popular, like the immigration, the DEI, the, what did I write it down? Tax cuts for the rich, and the woke culture. All the stuff that he was voted in on, and they claim they're going to get rid of. And people, that's popular. Those are the popular things for the Republican Party and the Republican base, or the GOP base, MAGA base. Yeah, mostly MAGA base. They're going to focus on that. There's something with that. And they're going to not talk about the tariffs. They're not going to talk about things that he's doing to destroy democracy. So I feel like they are supportive. They have a plan. And I feel like they're very carefully organized. And of course we know that. So he's getting rid of some legal. I just got a notification, New York Times. He's getting rid of some people that gave him the wrong advice. Okay. Surprise, surprise. So they're thinner, but they're still strong. This rectangle box cube thing is there. So they are still there. They're very solid. I don't see any big changes. Dick Durbin, I guess, the senator from Illinois, is going to not seek re-election in 2026, so that scares me. He's a really good senator. And please, God, make sure we get a Democrat in that spot. Anyway. Okay. So then I looked at RFK Jr., and it's funny. When I get into his energy, I feel like there's a bubble around him. Like all the people, either in the department, Health and Human Services, they are not coming near him. Like he's created this boundary, I feel like it wasn't, it's the scientists, the people that know things, experience. He has created this bubble like he doesn't want to listen. It's kind of a yellowy, whitish bubble. If that makes a difference. And it's very dense and it can't be penetrated. So he has decided his beliefs are what they are. And they can't, and I don't think they want to, because they're separating themselves. They're really pulling away too. It's a combination of factors. He's fine. He's like, yeah, you guys are wrong anyway, so do what you do. And I'm going to eliminate food dyes, which, great. No problem there. But he's doing all this stuff that he believes creates autism. And he's just, that parasitic worm did too much damage in his brain, and the drugs, the massive amount of drugs. His brain is kaput. I don't think he'll be there till, I think I'm seeing like another year and a half. Why am I seeing a year? So we're in 25, April of 25. I feel like he's not going, maybe in the fall or the end of the year, February, somewhere like a little under a year, somewhere in there. Something's going to happen, and they're going to shift. Doesn't mean he's going to be gone, but they're going to shift how they figure things out. There's going to be some sort of, it's not a pandemic, but some breakout of some thing that he'll say is the cause is something related to vaccinations or food or something that he wants to ignore, or they think that, he thinks that it's that, and it was something that he chose. It was there before. But I do see these scientists, these people that are on the outside, even those that have left, they're accumulating their data, or they are documenting everything. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of back 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, when some country invades another country and they just destroy all the libraries or on any kind of ancient material or culture. They destroy it all. So I feel like these scientists are saving everything. They want to save it in case, somehow some idiot in the administration wants to destroy it, or put it somewhere where it can't be found. Yeah. And I do see that something's going to break apart with that. The other thing I did see is that when I first started looking at the administration in general, I got there on a crash course. And I've said this before, it can't keep going like it is. They do adjust their direction, but it's so wild that it can't keep going like this with so many millions of people, hundreds of millions of people. They're flying parts. The parts are coming off. They're still moving. The wagon's still going, but some of the hubs are getting loose from the wheels, and the axles kind of getting bent and that sort of thing. Oh, and the tower. So yeah, it might be sudden. I feel like, and I've saw this before, where there's pressure building. It can't keep going the way it's going. The GOP is going to keep it alive. That's what's happening, because the administration's doing all these crazy things, and without Congress's support, the Republican Congress support, they wouldn't be able to get away with this. So they're doing it. Some courts, some judges are pushing back, but it's the Congress, and that's where we have to focus. That's where, was it Abraham Lincoln suggested? Yeah, when I spoke to him. So I do feel like it's going to fall apart. Now, saying that, I got into that vision I have where I'm in the water. I have my owl spirit near me, the big city over there, the glowing Emerald City or the Golden City, where we're trying to get to. This administration, which has fallen apart and gone ashore this island, this tropical island, and I'm still in blue water, the muck is gone, but I'm pulling farther and farther out, and my feet are not touching the ground or the sand underneath as much. So I'm feeling like there may be something. I feel like the GOP, I can see them helping pull these administrators, Trump and all his people, out of the water. They're kind of collecting them, saying, it's okay, we got you. This Republican Congress is working to screw us over, those of us who feel like they are, because the regular peon, the regular us, the democratic institutions, they are willing to do anything for the money and power. Will any fight back? Yes, there'll be 5 or 6, which is that's their only majority, or 7, is it? So they'll still win, but it's so ridiculously sad. So I feel like we're farther away from the shore. In the past, I said, okay, they're saying it's a timing thing. You just have to wait and watch, the owl spirit told me. I got the star on the bottom, which is having faith. Timing, having faith, a Knight of Wands. I'm just going to pull some cards. What does this mean? He's pointing over to the city. Because we're pulling out this way, it's a little bit farther. Don't fear, though. Things change all the time, because it has. My vision keeps changing depending on the day. And it could just be symbolic or metaphor. I still feel like that's ours. That city is ours. And they're doing something separate. It's so weird. It's like they want to create this whole other world we're not a part of. And maybe that's the government or their rich friends and oligarchy. Yes, that resonates right there. But it doesn't feel like we're not going to get there. It just feels like we have to go way out and around. Okay, what do I need to know about this? There's something to my left. Why is this wall here? It's so funny. It makes me want to cry. It feels like the spirit of God, pure love, the universe is right here. That fear not. No matter what happens, we're supported. Isn't that crazy? Maybe the owl is part of that. I don't think so. The owl is an earthly being, but he's spiritual. But this is like this wall of support. And we'll always have that. So, that's really affirming for my vision. What do I need to know? 10 of Swords, that things are going to be ending. Things are ending soon. Soon is relative. Like I said, there's a crash course. It's ending soon. This is a pretty yucky card. This is a pigeon. Not happy up on a roof. Dead bird. And it's another yucky card. More death. Some ending is in front of us. All right. Let's envision the ending transforming into something beautiful, like the butterfly or the phoenix. One of those things that rises up from nothing, from the burning ashes. All right, you guys, take care till next time.